Welcome back ได้ค่ะเอาเริ่มได้เลยใช่ไหมคะค่ะก็จะนับปกติเขาจะนับให้ Welcome back to our very last panel of MAEW 2022 in Student Christian Center. Continue from the last session or the panel that we have. We are going to continue with the roundtable beyond the game of cat and mouse, lesson learned and solution from the people of the region. And for this session, I have 4 panelists, actually 3 speakers and 1 commentator. Can I invite Muhammad Gaddafi, the youth representative of the Pattani Community and Resource Research Group from Thailand, Puwong Petphaiwan from Laos, please come here. Yeah. And Mr. Nim Chiang, the farmer representative from Cambodia. And lastly, but not least, Larry Lohmann, our friend from UK, from the Cornor House. Please. So this very last session, we are having everyone here. This is a completely on-site session. The 3 speakers we have here, Muhammad Gaddafi, or we call him shortly Dafi. Dafi was joining us from before on the 3rd and the 4th of September when we organized MAEW in the Bangkok Art and Cultural Center, and he was presenting a very interesting issues in relating to the situation in the Deep South that he's involved as a young activist. And I believe today he will also talk to us about this. Puwong Petphaiwan, we met him before. Yeah, he spoke before with as an artist, the photographer. But I think today he will represent, the issues of the Lao farmer, what they are facing, and what the hope for the future. And then Mr. Nim Chiang here have been joining the farmer discussion yesterday, which I have heard that it was very lively, very meaningful, and very, giving lots of knowledge to the people who join. So I hope you hear more. And Larry Lohmann, our friend there, of course, Larry kept saying that he came from far away and might not catching up well with the region, but in fact, Larry was the one who lived in the region for a long time. He is a close friend of many of us in the region and have been looking at the various issues in the region, including the of course, lately Larry just visited the place for the land issues with the indigenous, and he's joining the trip together with the team of the World Rainforest Movement. So I guess after Larry have listened to all of us, he will have quite a few key things to reflect. This is a brief introduction from me. And the same as the last session, I think I will allow 10 to 15 minutes to all of the speaker to reflect. We were talking before, it will be the situation, the reflection from what you have heard from Mao and what you are looking forward to, or what is your kind of your proposal or demand, as the people from the group that you represent. I would like to start from Dafi. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Hello ฮัลโหลครับแนะนำตัวเองก่อนนะครับชื่อดาฟีนะครับเป็นคน
And the government would say that I am from the southern border province, but actually Pattani is not a border zone, but Pattani is the area with the majority of people are ethnic Malay and speak their own ethnic language. And I define myself as the Pattani people. So the Pattani community resource and community study groups survey and also conduct the mapping of our resources as well as our interaction with the government development project. When I was a student, I also monitor the sustainable development project by the government, but I also question whether this development project fit to the local context. And I would like to clarify that the 3 southern border province, including the 4 districts of Songkhla. So let's talk about these are just like 3 provinces and 4 districts. These are the area that have been under the security law, which is basically is the zone or the state of exemption. We can actually tell who have the power to kind of like make the decision using the margin of discussion as well as the mobilization of political and other resources. Since it is under the emergency decree and also the martial laws, is controlled by the military based on the order from the state. As an activist and a former student activist, I decided to form a group to survey and also research the environmental issue as well as the national resources. Why? Because these have always been utilizing from the past to the present. However, the state would like to exploit these national resources using various I have been exposed to the societies as someone who can link between the community member and the state, but in the 3 southern border province, everything is governed under the special security laws. And we also have the gag law from the government, for example, like NPO bill, and also like the gag law or strategic litigation against public participation. It's not the defamation, but it is the special security law that limit the people's decision-making, self-determination power and also policy-making power. The government say left, you go left. The government say right, you go right. Under this emergency decree. So once a person is quote-unquote a suspect, then they will be detained for 7 days, regardless of their activism.
Sorry for disrupting. I think many of us
พวกเราหลายๆคนนะคะก็น่าจะไม่คุ้นเคยกับสถานการณ์นะคะ
Why why it became the kind of the crucial area that when was it happen or it has been for a long time. Maybe we can explain this context a little bit to our audience.
เมื่อกี้ได้พูดถึงเรื่องกฎหมายพิเศษที่ถูกใช้ในพื้นที่
security law that have been implemented in the 3 southern border province have been implemented who state think that they are regardless. The margin of discussion to define that have to believe they cannot question definition of development, whatever any kind of development that happen in the society, and if the people would like to protest, then it will become they will be labeled as dissident and they will be treated under the emergency law. But why your area is so like unique? Why it is subject to the government's control and also the security law? Well, it used to have armed conflict, and also you have like the armed liberation movement called like the BRN, and some group of people decided to have an armed struggle against the Thai state. After this internal armed conflict, there are people who believe on the liberation agenda decided to take up arms in order to, demand the liberation. Who not be realizes desperate people decided to take up arms against the state. So I think it's quite similar to what happened in the Bangsamoro area in the kind of like south of Philippines, which people also demand a certain area of autonomy. But in the MILF area, we probably like have seen a more intense armed conflict using like explosion and also like explosion bombs and also arms attack in hypermarts, as well as the different, at least like 14 different bombs or explosions have been detected recently in the southern border province, and that's why the state would like to extend its control over the area using the security law. And after this conflict, since early like 2000 something, the government decided to implement the kind of like political participation, which is still in conflict with the people who want liberation rather than participation. And still this conflict goes on, and of course the armed struggle and armed conflicts still going on in the areas. There are real mortality, real injuries, because people profess different ideologies. They have different kind of the state, and of course we don't have the space to talk about the liberation movement openly. Therefore, some people decide to take up arms, and also the armed liberation movement. The security law has been used for at least 18 years exactly. But we, the younger generation, think that the use of force cannot address peace and security in the area. I think the development project which have been introduced in the southern border areas have actually deteriorate the situation with the indigenous community. For example, their right to use, preserve, mobilize, and manage their own natural resources. For example, I would like to cite the has been the decision from the cabinet of the minister without any consultation or designing process from the local people. The people have not been consulted, and they have not been engaged in the designing of this plan. There are going to be the proposed construction of 4 to 5 biomass power plants in the area because the government have said that they don't have in the southern provinces do not have enough electricities to feed or like well. But actually we have discussed about the surplus of the electricity generation, which the law capped at 15%. Currently, the surplus electricity is about 55%. So 39% is something that we are going to pay. We have to also pay, like historically, the most expensive electricity bills per unit in history. So this kind of the development proposed by the state will push the burden on the general citizen. And we didn't actually like have the development and participation that we needed by the construction of biogas power plant. And the biogas power plant, would that be the construction of the energy complex in order to accommodate industrial development that people have not participated in the future? And we have seen the legal legislative problem. For example, the government development project that does not meet the need and also the requirement of the people in the community. It even creates like friction and conflict with the people in the community. It actually deteriorates the capacities of the community. For example, the mountainous area, the hilly area, indigenous water resource management, and also the utilization of sea and ocean. It is not just like for tourism and sightseeing, but the scenic area in the border in our 3 provinces. So apart from the GDP from the government calculation, people in Nathap, Talingshan, Sakom, and Jana can also practice artisanal fishery. They can earn annually 2 million baht per day collectively, and they can earn a lot of incomes like tens or like 10 millions or like 100 millions for artisanal fishermen, and people in the value chain can earn money, massive amount of money. But that does not actually like going to sustain if there is like biogas and industrial complex in the area. We are not going to get that prosperity. We have to think about the development that does not leave anyone behind, inclusive development. I think that's why our voices are important. We are criticizing the problematic decision-making structures in terms of the development. For example, the industrial master plan, the local area development master plan, the control of rice trade, and the water management law does not reflect or enable people to participate. Even the environmental impact assessment have been conducted without any participation from the people. It's the assessment that have been made solely between government agencies and also the private sector. And finally, they decided that Jana's area is the area for the future industrial complex. This EIA is not efficient and effective because from the start. Therefore, we examine what are the problems, like in the area. For example, legislative officers practice that ignore participation of the local people, and what kind of development that they need and what kind of participation you need. So in conclusion, okay, that is what would you like to conclude in terms of your problem in the area? I think that government agencies and the authorities are complex and sometimes they are not needed. For example, the International Security Operation Command or ISOC, which have been than organization agency that can make the decision on any matter, including the development project, despite they are security sector organization because they are under the office of the Prime Minister. And then in order to soften the military stand of the ISOC, they decided to have the Southern Border Province Administration Center or SBPAC to kind of like run the show in the three southern province. Chada province is under the Article 10 of the SBPAC. SBPAC have the power to make a decision on the civilian matters in their areas. So this ISOC, this SBPAC, which does not relevant for the people. For example, they have not been elected. And of course, like ISOC is a military organization, and SBPAC is not kind of like an elected political organization, but they have the power to control and also use the law. I think that in short, they spend a lot of budget, they have excessive power, and they didn't do anything. So I think like you should return the decision-making power to the people. And this shadow organization, this kind of like deep state organization, have to be abolished from the area. Okay, so this is one round and of conclusion, but for that I also would like to add that the southern border province have a lot of threat on natural resources and community rights. Firstly, the use and enforcement of the law. For example, the National Park Act. People live in the national forest. They rely on the resources from the national resources as their indigenous domain. After the National Park Act have been enacted, the area have been declared national park. The park forced people to forest dwellers to leave the area. Second, the development project that have been designed merely to just like spend the government's budget. For example, the dredging of Pattani forest by the Internal Security Operation Command, which and also the Southern Border Province Administrative Center. Also, like apart from like the dredging and environmental project, and also like the war, the kind of like the wave prevention war. I think like they can actually like create the structures kind of like the sea walls because of the breakwaters. Then the breakwaters, the concrete breakwaters can create like coastal erosion, and the people who used to like practice coastal fishing of 5 kilo, they have to go past the breakwater of like up to like 10 kilometers, and that creates difficulty for the people living in the area. The irrigation and water management, I understand that people talking about the Mekong River as well as the water management and the environmental management is one of the sensitive issues that require the participation and participation of people before they designing the project. And this project have been made with the security authority without consultation of the people. And this quote-unquote development project have been determined by the state but not the people. And we want the autonomy in terms of the management of the resources.
In terms of the power, right, from the military or the government passing to the hands of the company for those large-scale projects, it's just crossing over the head of the people, right? And us considering the rights of the people. So what he said at last is that people have to reclaim the power to manage their own, resources, environment, and also their future. All right? As a very active young activist in the Pattani group. Okay, so I move here to our friends from Laos, maybe Phuong. I think compare with Daffy Puong might be look very kind of peaceful ใจเย็นๆค่ะ please ค่ะ
เจ้าขออนุญาตเว่าเป็นภาษาลาวขอให้ในภาษาแปลได้เนาะภาษาที่ถนัดที่สุดเป็นภาษาลาวสำหรับข้าพเจ้าแล้วที่ได้มาร่วมงานแมวและร่วมกับงานโครงการเสวนามาหลายปี
for many years. So in short, this meeting and this kind of events have proven itself to be useful for the people who live in the grassroots communities. I am a photographer and also like photo documentaries and video documentaries on the environmental issue in Laos for many years. And I have familiarized with the villagers. I have become farmers. And after the project Savannah have introduced the use of the organic soil improvement. Laos is actually the part of ASEAN. We have two development. So the government have introduced different development projects. For example, mega project or mega development project like our ASEAN counterparts. This mega development project, which I call them, Lao export electricity, but electricity cannot reach the villagers' paddy field. Therefore, I used solar cell technology in order to help the villagers to improve their productivities. For example, solar cell water pump to bring the water and have their own irrigation system, as well as the organic and organic fertilizers, and also organic soil improvement like permaculture. These mega projects have affected the areas because like they have like big project, and this monoculture project rely on pesticide and chemicals. Therefore, farmers have to learn from each other in ASEAN countries through like Savannah project. Our farmers from Laos, Cambodia, and also Thailand and Myanmar have shared their knowledge in terms of the organic agriculture. If they can use like microorganisms to improve their productivities, and if we share this knowledge and we can really activities and loud form, but they and I think that is effective, and I think community members really like it because they can raise their awareness. Farmers have the knowledge and capacity like other people who promote certain kind of like agricultural like productivities. I said like this kind of like microorganism productivities allow people to determine their futures, to determine their household income and sustain themselves. And they can have like the money to pay for the internet, to pay for their children's tuition fee, and also like take them to like health care, because of course like they are not going to get rich from this like microorganism productivity improvement. I also introduce them about the knowledge on herbal medicines for like the autonomies in their self-care before they want to go to hospitals because it costs a lot of money. They need, I think like this project is enough to sustain their life, their income, pay for like electricity, utilities, and internet bills, and also send their children to school, as well as take care of their health care if needed. This kind of exchange allow people to produce what they need and also have their autonomy, and then share their knowledge with different countries from like Thailand, Cambodia, Myanmar, and Laos. We from Laos also have share our experience from a perspective of a photographer, a videographer, and finally a farmer. Thank you very much. So yesterday I went to a farmer forum. I think that they have said it was a fruitful and lively exchange. So can you share like important lessons learned from the farmer forum? When we share our knowledge and learn together from the project Sevana learning and exchange, I think like the people from Cambodia, I think like I have adopted the knowledge from the same, like from the same resources, and I have adapted to my location. I think it was excellent. I can like adapt, and they're like young women, and I'm very proud because like they are young. I am like less young. I think that this lesson that I can see the Cambodian friends who have a lot of development and different practices that I can use, and I also can see a lot of young Cambodian women here, and I'm very like happy. These who organic kind of like racing is in Laos too. This is my hope. Foster this cross-border learning from like you learn one thing, and then Laos, Myanmar, Cambodia, and Thailand have adopt this knowledge, and then we go to do it and then exchange. I think like the government have their own system of learning and sharing. Therefore, peoples can also do the same to sustain our life, our livelihood, food, and ensure food and health security. And I hope like I will see you again soon. Thank you very much.
I think Wong's passion is about, to support, to ensure that people in Laos have enough food security, which is very important. Yeah, I think sometimes we are talking about the different level of so-called the development, but what Wong has been doing is just going directly to the local community and people can, before they think friend in Cambodia. Chiang, now, please leave feel about Mao this time.
បាទអរគុណមុននឹងឆ្លើយនៅសំណួរនេះខ្ញុំបាទក្នុងនាមតំណាងឲ្យកសិករសូមការអនុញ្ញាតដើម្បីបង្ហាញអំពីកសិករអ្នកស្រែតើជានរណាកសិករឬអ្នកស្រែចំនួន ច្រើនជាងគេនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាដូចជានៅក្នុងតំបន់ឬនៅលើសកលលោកផងដែរអ្នកស្រែគឺជាក្រុមមនុស្សដែលបានកើតឡើងមុនគេទាំងអស់នៅលើផែនដី
Thank you. So before I going to show you what is the problem around in Cambodian, I would like to share you who is the farmer. So the farmer is the group of people who has the most people to do farming in the world, and also the farmer is the one who it fits and the people also.
អ្នកស្រែគឺជាក្រុមមនុស្សមួយក្រុមធំដែលជាអ្នកផលិតស្បៀងអាហារសម្រាប់ចិញ្ចឹមផ្គត់ផ្គង់ខ្លួនឯងផងហើយនឹងចិញ្ចឹមមនុស្សនៅលើសកលលោកទាំងមូលផង
So the farmer is also not only feed the family but also they feed the people around the world in the global as well.
ដែលចូលចិត្តរស់នៅជាមួយដែលចូលចិត្តរស់នៅក្នុងសិទ្ធិសេរីភាពមិនចង់រស់នៅក្រោមការគៀបសង្កត់
Full life don't have the pressure or the limitation rise from the other people.
ជាពិសេសអ្នកស្រែគឺជាក្រុមមនុស្សដែលមានចិត្តស្មោះត្រង់ដែលមានសន្តានចិត្តទូលំទូលាយដែលចូលចិត្តរស់នៅក្នុងការសប្បាយរស់នៅជាមួយធម្មជាតិជាពិសេសពេលល្ងាចពេលដែលព្រះអាទិត្យជិតលិចអ្នកស្រែចូលចិត្តដកដង្ហើមស្រូបយកខ្យល់ត្រជាក់ចូលចិត្តសម្លឹងមើលដើមស្រូវដែលបកចុះបកឡើងក្រោមពន្លឺព្រះអាទិត្យចូលចិត្តស្ដាប់សំឡេងដែលសត្វយំឬសូររងំជាពិសេសអ្នកស្រែគឺជាមនុស្សដែលមានស្នេហ៍ស្មោះជាក្រុមមនុស្សដែលមានស្នេហ៍និរន្តរភាពពេលនៅក្មេងស្រឡាញ់ក្មេងដោះចាស់ហើយនៅតែស្រឡាញ់ក្មេងដដែល
Okay, the farmer is a person who is kindness, who love to live in happiness, and also would love to see the environment around, like the sunset, the smell of the rice field, and also the farmer is a very honest love. I mean, when you are young, you love the young woman, but when you are grow old, you also still love the young woman.
បាទអរគុណណាស់ទន្ទឹមនឹងនេះគឺខ្ញុំចង់ធ្វើការបង្ហាញអំពីស្ថានភាពបច្ចុប្បន្ននៃប្រជាជនកសិករនៅកម្ពុជា
So I would love to show you about the situations in Cambodian nowadays.
ជាទូទៅកន្លងមកជាពិសេស3ឆ្នាំនៃ COVID-19 កសិករនៅស្រុកខ្មែរមួយចំនួនភាគច្រើនកំពុងតែចាប់អារម្មណ៍ជាមួយនឹងការធ្វើកសិកម្មបែបទំនើបគឺពឹងផ្អែកទាំងស្រុងទៅលើវិទ្យាសាស្ត្រពឹងផ្អែកទៅលើគ្រឿងចក្រពឹងផ្អែកទៅលើការប្រើជីគីមីនិងថ្នាំបំពុលផ្សេងៗ
Okay, so currently situations during the COVID-19 around past 3 years. So the farmer likes to use the chemical fertilizer also to use for the agriculture. So they put more chemical fertilizer for do farming.
ដំណើរការធ្វើស្រែចម្ការតាមរបៀបនេះពីមួយឆ្នាំទៅមួយឆ្នាំធ្វើឲ្យកសិករធ្វើឲ្យអ្នកស្រែនៅកម្ពុជាកាន់តែធ្លាក់ខ្លួនទៅក្នុងភាពក្រីក្រជាប់បំណុលហើយនឹងបញ្ហាផ្សេងៗកើតឡើងជាបន្តបន្ទាប់
So year by year the farmer falling into the debt and also facing with another problem.
ទន្ទឹមនេះអ្នកស្រែក៏កំពុងតែជួបប្រទះនៅបញ្ហាបាត់បង់ដីធ្លីនៅការបាត់បង់ធនធានធម្មជាតិមួយចំនួនដែលកន្លងមកដូនតាអ្នកស្រែដែលពឹងផ្អែកដូចជាស្ទឹងទន្លេព្រៃព្រឹក្សាលតាវត្រីអីផ្សេងៗទាំងអស់
And at the same time they also faced with the losing their land, losing their natural resources, also the water, the river from the nature as well.
សរុបមកវិញអ្នកស្រែគឺជាក្រុមមនុស្សដែលកំពុងតែរងគ្រោះខ្លាំងជាទីបំផុតនៅលើទឹកដីកម្ពុជារបស់យើង
To sum up, farmer is a very victim in Cambodia.
ទន្ទឹមនេះ ដើម្បីធ្វើការផ្លាស់ប្ដូរបរិយាកាសនិងដើម្បីកសាងជីវភាពឲ្យបានល្អប្រសើរឡើងវិញយើងមានការត្រៀមលក្ខណៈមួយដើម្បីទប់ទល់ជាមួយការប្រែប្រួលអាកាសធាតុទប់ទល់ជាមួយការខូចដីទប់ទល់ជាមួយនឹងហានិភ័យផ្សេងៗដែលកើតឡើងអំពីទីផ្សារធ្វើឲ្យកសិករលក់ផលិតផលទៅមានតម្លៃទាបហើយទិញមកវិញនៅធាតុចូលផ្សេងៗនឹងសម្ភារៈមានតម្លៃខ្ពស់ពីខាងក្រៅ
At the same time, we have another way to avoid those problems, like the problem from the climate change, the market, which is the farmer would buy all the material from the market, like the seed, the chemical fertilizer, and also spend more time, spend more on the farming product.
កសិករបានចងក្រងជាក្រុមសហគមន៍ដោយមានការគ្រប់គ្រងពីដៃគូអភិវឌ្ឍក្នុងប្រទេសក្នុងតំបន់ហើយនឹងលើសកលលោកជាក់ស្ដែងដូចជាក្នុងឱកាសនេះយើងខ្ញុំជាកសិករបានចូលរួមមកសិក្សារៀនសូត្រស្វែងយល់ពីអ្វីៗទាំងអស់ដែលកំពុងតែកើតមាននៅក្នុងបច្ចុប្បន្ននេះ
Farmer has united and also organized themselves with the village, the old village, the country, the region, also global. Just like right now here, we organize also, we united together to come and share the knowledge and also the problem together.
ក្រោយពីមានការយល់ដឹងយើងនឹងរៀបចំទៅធ្វើផែនការមួយដើម្បីត្រួសត្រាយផ្លូវស្វែងរកការកសាងការផលិតនៅស្បៀងអាហារមួយដែលជាស្បៀងអាហារប្រកបទៅដោយអធិបតេយ្យស្បៀងជាស្បៀងអាហារដែលមានសុវត្ថិភាពជាស្បៀងដែលដោះស្រាយបញ្ហាជូនអ្នកហូបចុកអ្នកពិសាឲ្យមានសុខភាពល្អតាមរយៈការធ្វើបែបសេដ្ឋបឋានឬការដាំដុះបែបធម្មជាតិឬការធ្វើស្រែបែបសេរីរាង្គ
we got the knowledge from each other, and then we produce the rice, and also we produce the farming products by using the agriculture. We produce by the agroecology. I mean the farming by the natural. So to ensure that the people have the security on the food.
ប៉ុន្តែនេះគឺជាការលំបាកបំផុតដោយសារផ្នត់គំនិតរបស់កសិករបច្ចុប្បន្ននេះកំពុងតែជាប់ជំពាក់ជាមួយនឹងទំនើបកម្មជាមួយវិទ្យាសាស្ត្រជាមួយនឹងការប្រើប្រាស់ជីគីមីដូច្នេះយើងទាមទារពេលវេលាយើងទាមទារការចូលរួមយើងទាមទារនៅចំណេះដឹងមួយដែលបកក្រោយទៅមើលពីអតីតកាលបទពិសោធន៍ល្អៗពីដូនតារបស់យើងហើយយើងយកគំរូនោះសម្រាប់កសាងការផលិតស្បៀងអាហាររបស់យើងឲ្យល្អប្រសើរយ៉ាងវិញ
So in order to redo that, to plantings by agroecology, we need our time because farmer right now they are falling into the modern society, like the modern way to use the farming, like use the chemical or use the modern seed as well. So we need to take more time, and also we need the people to join together to rethink and also rethink again on the doing the farming by the traditional way, and also to change the farmer conceptions on by using the modern way to do farming back then to use the natural way or traditional way to do farming.
ដូច្នេះបើប្រៀបធៀបជាមួយលបែងឆ្មានិងកណ្ដុរកសិករដូចជាកណ្ដុរប៉ុន្តែកណ្ដុរគឺមានតិចខំប្រឹងស្ដាប់មានភ្នែកខំសម្លឹងមើលដៃខំកាយរន្ធដើម្បីត្រៀមខ្លួនទប់ទល់ជាមួយសភាពការដែលកើតឡើងទាំងការគៀបសង្កត់ក៏ដូចជាការប្រឹងប្រែងដើម្បីផលិតស្បៀងឲ្យប្រកបទៅដោយសុវត្ថិភាព
Back then, reflects to the mouse and cat, the farmer just like the mouse who has the eye to look to the way and then use the hands to do the farming to find the solutions.
បាទអរគុណសូមបញ្ចប់ប៉ុណ្ណឹងបាទ
Thank you. I will end here.
จ้าชมออกุน one question for you Um, you think the farmer everywhere are the same? Thailand and Laos farmer are facing exactly the same situation with Cambodian farmer.
បើអរគុណខ្ញុំគិតថាបញ្ហារបស់កសិករនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជានិងក្នុងតំបន់ក៏ដូចជាលើសកលលោកគឺមានរឿងស្រដៀងគ្នាប្រហាក់ប្រហែលគ្នាដូចគ្នាទាំងអស់
Yes, so I think all of the problems during the farmer from Cambodian, from Laos, from Thai, and also around the world, they face similar problems.
Do you have any specific proposal for the farmer movement in the region or globally?
Ông banទទួលso could okay អញ្ចឹងតើអ៊ំមានជាអនុសាសន៍អីដើម្បីធ្វើការតស៊ូជូនដល់ចលនារបស់កសិករនៅជុំវិញទូទាំងសកលលោកអញ្ចឹងណាអ៊ំ
ឆ្លងកាត់បទពិសោធន៍ផ្ទាល់ខ្លួនឆ្លងកាត់ការបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលពីដៃគូអភិវឌ្ឍនៅក្នុងប្រទេសក៏ដូចជាដៃគូនៅក្នុងតំបន់ហើយនឹងដៃគូនៅលើសកលលោកយើងខ្ញុំបានទទួលបាននៅបទពិសោធន៍មួយចំនួនជាពិសេសគឺការដាំដុះបែបធម្មជាតិការដាំដុះបែបធម្មជាតិគឺជាការដាំដុះដែលមានលំនាំដោយធម្មជាតិការប្រើប្រាស់ជីប្រើថ្នាំធម្មជាតិដើម្បីបានផលមកធម្មជាតិអញ្ចឹងជាអនុសាសន៍ដើម្បីឲ្យកាន់តែល្អប្រសើរការដាំដុះចង់ដាំដុះនៅលើផ្ទៃដីតិចតែបានផលច្រើនមានន័យថាយើងកែប្រែដីដែលខូចឬកែប្រែដីដែលមានចំនួនតិចឲ្យមានជីជាតិធម្មជាតិឡើងវិញយើងដាំដំណាំចម្រុះឲ្យបានច្រើនមុខធានាការហូបចុកខ្លួនឯងផងធានាសល់ពីការហូបចុកយើងលក់នៅក្នុងសហគមន៍ឬលក់នៅក្នុងទីផ្សាររបស់យើងកន្លែងណាដែលមានមនុស្សកន្លែងណាដែលមានប្រជាជនរស់នៅគឺជាទីផ្សារ
Okay, so based on the joining the training, also the discussion between farmer and farmer, there is we need to back then to planting by the natural, like we do the farming by based on the agroecology again, and also we planning more plantings like diversify the plantations, and also we share to the market. We keep for our own family to eat, and also we sell to the local market, and also share to community as well.
ជាពិសេសយើងឈួរលើគោលការណ៍ខ្លួនទីពឹងខ្លួនយើងមានក្របពូជយើងមានជីយើងមានថ្នាំយើងមានដីយើងមានទឹកយើងត្រៀមលក្ខណៈនៅចំណេះដឹងសម្រាប់ខ្លួនយើងដើម្បីផលិតខ្លួនយើងហើយក៏យើងពឹងផ្អែកទៅលើបណ្ដាញក្នុងសង្គមជាតិក៏ដូចលើក្នុងតំបន់ផងដែរ
Okay, and also we use the safe policy, like own self policy, like we have our land, we use our own seed, we use our own natural fertilizer, and also we produce by the natural.
អនុសាសន៍ចុងក្រោយរបស់ខ្ញុំគឺយើងចង់ឲ្យមនុស្សកសិករទាំងឡាយមានសុខភាពល្អប្រសើរ បើសិនជាយើងមានសុខភាពល្អប្រសើរនោះការអភិវឌ្ឍគ្រប់បែបយ៉ាងទាំងអភិវឌ្ឍផ្នែកចំណេះដឹងក៏អនុវត្តធ្វើកម្លាំងពលកម្មផ្សេងៗយើងនឹងទទួលបានលទ្ធផលល្អប្រសើរជានិច្ច
So my last comment is about the farmer must have a good health in order to develop the family, also the community, as well as the develop our world together.
បាទអរគុណ
ข้าพเจ้าอยากเติมสิ่งที่อ้ายเว้ามา
เจ้าเชิญค่ะ
อยู่ใกล้ชิดกับ
I want to add something to the comment. From being close to the farmers for many years through my documentary work, I observed that whenever we come out with terminology like green agro or clean clean agricultural development, they actually we are not sure whether this is really for the development of small farmers or is it for large farmers. We have to be careful because maybe it's not for our benefits. In Laos, we come out. We have now a smart farmers project, but smart farmers doesn't talk about not being indebted. So for us, smart farmers, you have to be not indebted and have to be self-sufficient, and also that we have to create our own market for ourselves. And this is so our slogan is dignified farmers have to have no debt. So because we know that we cannot already, we are already difficult for us to access the finance. So agriculture actually teaches us that it's important to be self-sufficient in food. Particularly during the COVID situation, the farmers were still able to feed themselves. So this is farmers' dignity. So farmers' dignity means no debt and means self-sufficiency.
That's a really nice combination between the two. What is that? The additional opinion. Maybe we go back to you later. No, let us listen from Larry. Larry joined us on the 23rd, 23, and been with us for the whole 2 days, and then this panel. So please hear what.
We cannot get any sound from Zoom. Can you turn on the microphone or Zoom?
I think we have probably we have a problem with Zoom. Yeah, I think.
But if you turn on the sound
No,
Zoom, at least we can hear some.
I think the Zoom has gone. With your Zoom is still working? Because somebody from the Zoom from another side, they said no Zoom anymore. I'm sorry. Can I have ขอโทษนะคะ I'm sorry ใครช่วยดูหน่อยได้ไหมคะเรื่อง Zoom ทำไม Can I have somebody helping? Okay, so we proceed then. เชิญค่ะ Larry, please over to you.
Okay, thank you, Ian, and thank you, everybody. The testimony and the voices that we've just heard from the panel, as well as all of the voices we've heard throughout the meeting, remind me again how important it is to have places like this where people can speak in their own voices about the terrible things that have been happening at the hands of the state, at the hands of the corporation, the killing, the evictions, the stealing of land, the stealing of water, and telling it in their own voices. There are just not enough of these places to speak, and we must have more. But what about the future? how can the process of exchanging, the process of building power go forward in the future? I think especially the three voices in this panel have spoken to this question. We heard from Dafi about the importance of Myanmar, a new story, a different picture of what the people in the territory are doing, aside from being mere objects of these emergency laws and these exceptional legal and military measures. We also heard about the future from Kun Puang, who stressed the importance of continuing to be able to exchange confidently among the farmers and the residents of the forests and the rivers in this region. I think it's a very clear vision and a very clear call for the future from Kun Puang. And also our colleague from Cambodia asked a very interesting question that the state never asks and the corporations never ask. The question is, who is the farmer? What is the farmer doing? What does the farmer believe? How does the farmer act? How does the farmer preserve society and preserve the future? The state never asks that question. The corporations never ask that question. The farmer is always a blank, a nothing. So this also shows a vision of the future in which, as our friend described, farmers can work together to build their knowledge, their own power, their own system of supporting each other and supporting the land. So I think the three panelists today have indicated a very clear way forward from this meeting for cooperation among the communities of all of the different countries who are here today. But what about some of the other people that need to work together for a better future? What about people like me who are from the cities or from NGOs or from universities or from strange countries in Europe or elsewhere? What about other people? What is the way forward for us? How can we all work together, not only the communities in the region, but a wider group of people as well? And I think when we're looking for ways forward after this meeting, some of the words that we have heard in this meeting are very limited. Some of these words can help describe the bad things that are happening. Some of the words can help describe the destruction and the threats from the state and corporations. But these words don't always show a clear path toward the future, the way that our three panelists have showed a clear path forward to the future. For example, it helps us to understand the bad things that are happening to say that investors, banks, companies in the state have been irresponsible. They do not take responsibility for the whole society. They do not take responsibility for the farmers. They're destructive. So we have no problem in criticizing this. We can say that the investors are irresponsible. But we also know that responsible investment is not the solution. We cannot make investors responsible. We know very well that we can have all of the rules that we want about investment on paper, but communities will continue to be evicted, their fisheries will continue to be destroyed, and their waters polluted, and their children killed. So responsible investment, we know, is not the way forward. Another example, we know, as Kun Dafi has reminded us, that too much energy is wasted. We know that the Thai energy authorities always build too many power plants that nobody needs. And we need to continue criticizing this. as we all do. We need to continue to point this out. But we also know that reducing overcapacity is not the solution. More market competition among power producers is not the solution. More efficiency, energy efficiency, is not the solution. More carbon prices is not the solution. For example, suppose we didn't build too many power plants. Suppose we built only enough to keep the air con in this room going and to keep the cars going. Suppose that, there was not too much energy. Communities would continue to be evicted. Children would continue to be killed. Fisheries would continue to be destroyed, even if there was no power surplus. If we put a higher price on carbon emissions, what's carbon emissions? We don't even know what that is. Communities would continue to be evicted. We know that fossil fuels are a problem, but what's the way forward? If we cover the land with solar farms, would that help people defend their communities against dispossession and pollution? If we could bury the dangerous gas, carbon dioxide, underneath the earth, or if we could plant more trees to clean the air, would that be the answer? Would that make everything okay? I think we know the answer is no. That would not make everything okay. We know that state energy planning destroys people and their land and water. But we also know that you cannot solve the problem of state energy plans just by saying, oh, let's make it more democratic. Let's make it more bottom-up. Let's make it more participatory. There can be no democratic approach within the framework of the state and the corporations. I would say more. I would say there can be no democracy within the framework of energy. The concept of energy is a problem. And without criticizing energy, there can be no way forward. And what interests me is that many communities and many farmers are already criticizing energy. They have always criticized energy. They refuse to talk about energy in many cases. They talk about cooking. They talk about crops, the sun, the weather, irrigation system, the seeds. But most people don't talk about energy or energy demand or how do we have enough energy. No, this is not a useful concept for uniting people or for pointing a way forward toward the future, because it's not an idea that people share. Energy is a problem. Energy is undemocratic. Energy itself is undemocratic. We know that there are too much carbon dioxide. There's too much smoke coming from urban areas. There's too much smoke coming from cars, from factories. But we also know that controlling this gas is not the solution. And we know, therefore, that the entire United Nations climate system, the entire United Nations politics about climate is not the solution. Why? Because the UN only talks about this dangerous gas, carbon dioxide. Let's control it. Let's control it. Let's control it. They never talk about the companies. They never talk about the state. They never talk about the forestry officials that come into your territory and say, you must plant more trees to take care of the smoke that's over here in the cities. This is what the United Nations talks about, and this is not a way forward. It's not a way that people can work together because it uses the wrong words, the wrong ideas. We know also that the Myanmar military is a brutal, inhuman killing machine and we must continue to make as many people aware of this as possible. The facts of torture, the facts of killing, the facts of sexual brutality. But we also know that it is not useful to propose a respectful, sustainable army for Myanmar. What would that even mean? That's not an interesting way of talking about the future, how to work together in the future. So to conclude, I would say that, how to go forward, not only among the farmers and the communities in the region, but how to go forward in a larger group that includes people like me from outside the communities. I think the way forward is to listen not to the words energy, not to the words sustainable development, not to the words carbon emissions, not to the words net zero. This doesn't help us talk. I think instead we must listen to the communities who talk in the language of taking care of their grandchildren, taking care of the land, the language that we've heard from the three panelists today. That's the way we can talk together, using that language. If we start talking about carbon dioxide and controlling carbon dioxide and responsible investment and lower carbon emissions, we can't go forward. Somebody was using the word emissions earlier in the meeting, and people were having trouble translating it. What is this, emissions? How can we talk about emissions? This is not the problem. The problem is political. The problem is with the state, with the corporations, with a system that it does not care about people, but is only interested in getting more and more profit for a small group. So these are not words that help us go forward. The words that help us go forward are the words used by the panel, I think. Last thing, this meeting's talked a lot about cats and mice, and I was never sure what the idea was. I kept asking Ian, what is this stuff about cats and mice? I don't know, but Ian never explained it to me. But I think I understand a little bit better. The cats in our society include the mining companies, the plantation companies, the state officials, the forestry officials, the coal companies, the polluting industries, and so forth. And these are all cats. I understand that. But there are also cats that are words. There are also cats that are ideas. Responsible investment is a word which is a cat, and we have to be very careful with this word, and if we can, we should run away from it. Net zero is a cat. It's an idea which is a cat. And we must run away from this idea and use our own ideas in order to find a future. And this is very difficult because sometimes these cats, which are words, are inside us too. Just look at the title of this meeting. There's the word environment. What is this word? Is this word a cat or is it a mouse? Are we defending ourselves against this terrible cat, the environment, or is the environment a mouse which is being attacked? Well, I'm not sure. I mean, for example, if I'm a farmer and I'm trying to help my children and help my grandchildren and save the land and save the rivers and stop the pollution, then it seems to me that's good, and it seems to me that's what we should be doing. Who are we as a farmer? That's what we are as a farmer, according to our friend from Cambodia. But the state comes along and says, no, environment. You are not doing environment. You are not environmental. You are not helping the environment. Suddenly, the word environment is a cat. And maybe we have to run away from that cat and say, no, we're not talking about the environment. We don't care about the environment. What we care about is the rivers, the fish, our children, the land. So there's this constant, I think, very, very widespread battle between different cats and different mice, and some of those cats are ideas, some of those mice are ideas. Some of those cats are outside of us, some of the cats are partly inside us. And I think we can only go forward if we are clear that cats are not only out there in the world, but sometimes cats are in ideas as well. And I think this panel has helped us understand how we can go forward by being more careful about these ideas. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Larry. I think, of course, the same as always, Larry gave us not only the conclusion, but a very challenging question back to all of us. What is the way forward? And yes, to review or to think back about what we have heard throughout this MAEW. If we're looking at the logo of MAEW, right, we have the cat that inside the cat have got the mouse. So I think one of the idea that people talked before is that, I mean, we're not sure if we are a cat or mouse or so, and definitely to explain that probably is very difficult. That's why we never be able to explain. I never able to explain the word as well. Anyway, I think we are spending our hour in a very good way, and I think I should allow some of the question or discussion before we have a quick break and then come back to a very, very final special program of the film. We did not have much discussion in the last panel, but for this one, if you have anything to share in relating to what you have heard from our three speakers and Larry, please. I think I have seen somebody raise the hand, yeah, in between, after Bong Chiang present.
Bạn,ខ្ញុំបាទឈ្មោះអូតឡុងមកពីបណ្ដាញប្រជានិស្សិតនៅបឹងទន្លេសាបចាំនៅកម្ពុជាបាទតកតងទៅនឹងយោបល់បន្ថែមរបស់ខ្ញុំនេះតកតងនឹងទន្លេមេគង្គហើយនឹងបឹងទន្លេសាបនៅកម្ពុជានៅពេលនេះខ្ញុំបាទក៏នេះសំណូមពរដល់អង្គការនិងម្ចាស់ជំនួយផ្សេងតកតងទៅនឹងបញ្ហាការកសាងទំនប់វារីអគ្គិសនីនៅក្នុងប្រទេសឡាវឬមួយរៀបចំកសាងនៅក្នុងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាជួយធ្វើយ៉ាងម៉េចសិក្សាឲ្យចូលរួមសិក្សាស្រាវជ្រាវពីបញ្ហាការកសាងហ្នឹងតើវាមានផលប៉ះពាល់អ្វីខ្លះទៅលើលំហូរទឹកទន្លេមេគង្គដែលស្រោចស្រពទូទាំង3រូបខ្ញុំចង់បាទចង់ឲ្យមានការចូលប្រទេសនេះដើម្បីធ្វើយ៉ាងម៉េចកុំឲ្យក្រុមហ៊ុននឹងសាងសង់ទំនប់ធ្វើឲ្យមានផលប៉ះពាល់ទៅលើមច្ឆជាតិប៉ះពាល់ទៅលើលំហូរទឹកដងទន្លេមេគង្គការប្រើប្រាស់ទឹកទន្លេហើយនឹងវាបាត់នៅលំហូរទឹកអត់មិនប្រក្រតីបាទធ្លាក់ចូលទៅក្នុងបឹងទន្លេសាបជាពិសេសបឹងទន្លេសាបនៅប្រទេសកម្ពុជាជាបេះដូងជាធនធានធម្មជាតិធំបំផុតដែលប្រជាពលរដ្ឋនៅកម្ពុជាត្រូវការចាំបាច់បរិភោគត្រីច្រើនដល់ទៅ 75% បាទម្ល៉េះហើយកម្ពុជាសពថ្ងៃនេះចាប់តាំងពីឆ្នាំ 2000 មកចាប់តាំងពីកសាងវារីអគ្គិសនីមករហូតដល់បច្ចុប្បន្ននេះ ទឹកអត់មានកម្រិតដូចលើកមុនទេគឺថយអស់ច្រើនធ្វើឲ្យរីងរាកបាទគ្មានត្រីគ្មានសាច់អីទេហើយក៏តាមដងទន្លេមេគង្គក៏ចឹងដែរបាទអរគុណ
Okay, so
So
my name is Long. I am from the fishing community from Bang Tonle Sap. So I would love to request to the stakeholder like NGO to do the study or researching on the more problem on the impact of the hydro power dam to especially Laos and Cambodia, and to see what is the real impacts on the people and as well as the water, because along the river like Laos and also Cambodia who live along this river, that's important to live based on the river, like to do the farming and also by the fishings and also our livelihood as well. So we really need our water. And also, I also want to know or how can we unite it together, or we can organize our those country together like Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, to stop the company from their crabbing from their doing or building the hydropower dams as well. And also, as you know, the Cambodian, especially the Bang Tonle Sap Lake, right now, based on the impact of that, the water day by day, time by time, it lost down, it decreased the water, and the people now, and especially the fishermen, less earn money, and also our livelihood is difficult to find the fish, and also difficult to do a farming, to do the fishing. Sorry.
បាទហើយនៅក្រោយនេះទៀតបាទហើយទឹកទន្លេមេគង្គកាន់តែតូចមច្ឆជាតិកាន់តែថយចុះទន្លេសាបក៏កាន់តែអស់ត្រីបាទអត់មានទឹកឡើងមានកម្ពស់ទឹកច្រើនដល់ពេលកាលណាអត់មានទឹកធ្វើឲ្យទន្លេសាបហ្នឹងសុកត្រីឬមួយធនធានធម្មជាតិហ្នឹងវាតិចដល់ពេលក្រោយមកទៀតរយៈពេល4 ឆ្នាំ4ឆ្នាំក្រោយនេះដែលមានរាតត្បាតនៃជំងឺ Covid បាទប្រជានិស្សិតដែលនៅជុំវិញបឹងទន្លេសាបជាង3លានអ្នកនោះក៏គ្មានមុខរបរដែរបាទហើយជាពិសេសគឺរោគរបរនេសាទមិនបានបាទ
Okay, so just like I mentioned before, the Tonle Sap lakes become the smaller and smaller, and the water is lost. And also during the COVID-19, it around 3 million families cannot doing a fishing, and also they can feed themselves as well.
I think we should, we might, because this is not only it's partly a question, right? But this is a sharing of the situation as well. Can you? Yeah.
បាទនេះអត់សំណួរទេរីចែកចម្លែកពលមានពីព្រោះក្នុងយើងមកសិក្ខាសាលានេះគឺអត់បាននិយាយពីរឿងធនធានជលផលដែលនៅតាមដងទន្លេហើយនៅបឹងទន្លេសាប
Yes, he don't have any question. Just want to add the livelihood along the river. Also the fishermen.
Thank you very much. But I think he has dropped some question as well about how can we work together, right? I mean, to protect or to raise the issues of the Mekong and Tonle Sap. Yeah, can I have other person, some other people who would like to speak? So any other one lady I saw from before. Would you like to say something?
ឥឡូវចង់លើកអំពីជំរើសជំនួសគាត់បានហើយបន្ថែម she don't have the question but the ad from the alternative choice during
For
the
sure.
COVID.
Yeah, please.
ចាជំរាបសួរខ្ញុំឈ្មោះសុច័ន្ទមកពីកម្ពុជាអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំចង់លើកនេះគឺបន្ថែមនៅអនុសាសន៍ក៏ដូចជាជំរឿសបន្ថែមតកតងជាមួយអំឈៀងចាអញ្ចឹងក្នុងនាមយើងជាកសិករយើងបានរួមគ្នាសាមគ្គីគ្នាដើម្បីធ្វើគោលនយោបាយអ្នកស្រែមួយដើម្បីបង្កើតនិងទាមទារសិទ្ធិអំណាចដើម្បីឲ្យកសិករអ្នកស្រែហ្នឹងយើងមានសិទ្ធិមានអំណាចមានដីមានអីសម្រាប់ធ្វើកសិកម្មហើយក្នុងនោះមួយទៀតយើងក៏មានការធ្វើបន់ពូជដើម្បីចែករំលែកបន់ក្របពូជពីបុរាណការចែករំលែកក្របពូជពីគ្នាទៅវិញដោះដូរគ្នាទៅវិញទៅមករវាងកសិករនិងកសិករដូចគ្នាចាដើម្បីយើងទាំងក្នុងនិងក្រៅហើយយើងក៏មានការចែករំលែកបទពិសោធន៍តកតងនឹងការធ្វើបន់ពូជយើងមានការចូលរួមពីកសិករដែលជាកសិករខ្នាតតូចដូចគ្នាយ៉ាងច្រើនដើម្បីចែករំលែកក្របពូជគ្នាទៅវិញទៅមកចាសូមអរគុណ
Okay, so I would like to share about the alternative choice during the COVID. So there is our farmer together trying to create the farmer policy, which is we give also we raise our concern, raise our problem, and also we show our power and also our rights and demand for our need as well. So we build our farmer policy together. One, and second, we do the seed festival together. So for the seed festival, even we do the sharing the seed. The traditional seed from farmer to farmer, and also we sharing the knowledge on how we do the natural farming together, and also third one we based on after the seed festival event, the people from the event they take and then the sharings to another company and another community, and also they share the knowledge as well as the sit together.
เชิญค่ะพี่วิทูล just make it brief please
พูดภาษาไทยกันนะคือทำให้พูดเดี๋ยวรู้สึกว่าสิ่งที่
I think if I don't say now what Larry have said would probably cause certain level of confusion. Firstly, I think that the matter that I would like to share, with my understanding that everything are multi-phases and multi-layers, and what we have experienced during 3 or 4 decades is everything changed. For me, the people in my generation, I think that many things have changes. And I would like to begin that 2 years ago, I go to MAEW, and I think some people from Indonesia have raised the topic that the COVID, after the COVID, we will be entering the next normal. We have to think about the changes. The next normal post-COVID, we are not going to talk about growth or economic growth, or even the topic that we would probably had discussed before. We are going to, be in the changed landscape. Thailand is now waiting for 40 million Chinese tourism after the COVID, when we think that COVID is about to end. Second, I think about the changing between like the topic of like community members, let's say villager versus like younger generations or even NGO. There are a lot of there's like widening gaps. Young people would feel that they sympathize with the villagers, but it's come from the idea of like individualism, romanticism, tainted with tainted with neoliberalism. But for the people in the previous generation, those people who define themselves as activists, they work with villagers. And of course, there are different schools of engaging with villagers. But they talk about alternative, which is not like how you would reform the system or how would you think about like quote unquote like democracy and how democracy would change the system. But younger people think about how to reform the system versus I think that people in the older generation would think about not going to the system. And we have the Thai saying that the answer is in the village or villages rather than in the system. So when we start advocating the issue from the village, we will do it in terms of like project oriented. We want to stop a project, but in the next generation, we want to kind of like advocate to demand the right. We want to focus on extraterritorial legal action, or we want to file a court in an administrative court to stop the project. We want policy reform. I didn't say that these changes are right or wrong, but I think we need to reflect the way we work and also try to resist of co-opting with the system. We need to know that when they talk about carbon, what it is about, what carbon credit or like PDP or like power development plan. Don't be like co-opting with them and think that the answer is in the technology, is in the system, or is in the technicalities. Because finally, everything is the power, who define the power or who wields that power. And I think when we talk about the changes, when we talk about transition, we talk about transition from 1 to 2 without any effect. Like we think about smooth transition from fossil fuel to solar, and there are only like smooth transition without impacts. And I think the younger generation and other generation can learn together.
Very closely, and this is his contribution. Final one for this. We are coming to the time close to the 4:30. Actually, originally we supposed to finish this session at 5, so I try to make it early as possible. I was expected we can finish before this, but before we really finish, if anything, 4 of you would like to say as the last issue, please, or the last remark, please do, including Larry, if you still having anything.
Hello. สำหรับข้าพเจ้าและคิดว่าการที่เฮ็ดให้ชาวบ้านอยู่ดีไม่แห้งอิ่มหนำสำราญเนี่ย
Happy, feed them, make sure that they are healthy, And this will be the power for people who live with dignity to have like habitat, to have food security, to have health securities, and also have their resources. This will be the most important of all for the struggle. This is like all of the power that create such a chaotic world. They try to kind of like create chaos, like in a fishing pond or in a fishing bowl. They try to stir us, and whenever we are happy, whenever we are fulfilled with our food, with our livelihood, with our well-being, and then when we are strong, and then that hand that stir the chaos in the pond or in the fishing bowl, then they cannot attack us.
จริงๆอยากจะยกเคสบทเรียนล่าสุดก็คือโควิด
The latest lesson learned would be the COVID-19 because the people start turning into the community because of the COVID-19. People who are salary person have go back or like return to the communities, and it make us revisited the four essential needs: access to food, access to livelihood, clothing, and medicine. The most fundamental need like vaccination. So if there is no measure to ensure vaccination equality, and you don't know how long or to what extent this will happen,